I'm your host, Jordan, and today I will just be going over, the basics of, what our podcast is, how we came up with the idea and whatnot. Basically, this has always been an idea I've had in the back of my mind for a long time. From just playing games with my friends, I guess, online and stuff. You know, I always thought our conversations were fucking absolutely hilarious for some reason. I thought those shits were the funniest things in the world. And sometimes I really thought we were having like good conversations about stuff, you know? And that's being at about I don't know, like maybe like 13, 14, like just realizing, like the conversations we have are a lot more, you know, intelligent for people around our age, the people around us locally or people we've met in our lives. To us, or even mainly to myself, it's always felt like we have inferior conversations than others. And I feel like a lot of people, it's vice versa. Like, I feel like if some friend group saw, how me and my friends act or how me and my friends talk to each other, they'd have a different outlook on how inferior their group is to ours, while we're sitting there looking at them thinking we're inferior to them. But like I was saying, I always felt like that, and my other friends, or not my other friends, my old friends, they thought, oh, it's a lot of work, blah blah blah. Like, who's gonna want to listen to a podcast? Like, who's gonna want to listen to a podcast? And it's not even about, personally for me, it's not about, listening to somebody just listening to my podcast or anything. It's not about that. It's about, the different perspectives, the intelligent conversations, or the, different everything, the different topics that can be talked about, like so much about it, and her having a different person talk about a certain topic, or having somebody who was in the, I don't know, the CIA talking about fucking the JFK assassination conspiracy, like all of that shit in a podcast, to me is like what me and my friends had in our conversations. So I always just felt like something within me was like, like, you just gotta talk. You just gotta fucking talk. Just talk all day, But, like, being around that age and then, getting into high school, freshman, I became a lot more to myself, I became that quote unquote, the outsider kid, I hung out with people I thought were cool, not what everybody else deemed cool. Like, it was like, if I fucked with you, like, I thought you were the coolest, funniest, down to earth person ever. Because that's what I looked for in people, I never was out there hanging out with the fucking football players or anything like that, Somewhere in the back of my mind, podcasting has just always been there for me. It's never been about, the money or the glory or any of that shit that you can get from podcasting. As like cliche as it sounds, but it's the truth. Just in my opinion, getting those different perspectives on different topics from different people is just amazing to me personally. And I feel like being able to have those, sometimes those one-on-one, or that one-on-four, or that, group discussion with people, that intelligent conversation. I feel like it's really good to have those every once. I feel like us as people are just so used to, they're just so used to having these, I don't know, how would I call this? Oh, they're so used to having these simplistic conversations. The regular, you know, oh hey, what's going on, Joe? Oh hey, what's going on, Jane? Oh, how was your day? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like I feel like so many people are used to that, or talking about something that they don't like to talk about. Because I feel like when you're in the podcast setting itself, you're set with, if it's two people, you're set with an individual who's on there to learn more about what you think about this topic or this or what's going on with this. And then the other person, it's their job to, entertain, show off for the audience, show off for the the podcaster. I feel like that's the point of the podcast.